Hello friends, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming and welcome to my Day 4 update for my character. I'm also going to be talking about what I think of the Blight League mechanic, and I'm going to say right off the bat, I was definitely wrong about the Blight mechanic for the most part. And for those of you who watched my launch day stream, you may have seen that I was saying that I thought it was more or less an unengaging and kind of boring mechanic. Spent a lot of time sitting around, and I feel like I was partially wrong on that. So, in the standard maps, the actual map mechanic itself is a little bit boring. A lot of times I find myself building one or two towers, and then standing in one place and kind of just spamming rain of arrows towards where the entrance is, and it's no difficulty whatsoever. Even when there's a lot of different branching pathways, at most I build like 3 or 4 towers, and even in high tier maps I've gotten to some red tier maps. I think tier 14 is the highest I've reached so far, but even in those tier 14 maps it's very easy. I probably wouldn't even have to build towers. However, the blighted maps themselves are actually incredibly engaging. They're very interesting. You have to do a bit of strategizing for the most part, but it is very fun, and I feel like it is very active, and I feel like it's fairly rewarding as well. So as long as you don't invest too much into it, because you can invest a lot of currency into these blighted maps and not get back that big of a reward compared to what you put in. But if you just kind of roll it like a regular map, you're going to get way more than the alchemy you invested back into it, and you're going to feel pretty good about it. So one of the cool things about it is it's challenging enough that you actually have to go and think about it. One of the bad things is there is kind of an easy way to cheese the maps, which is basically just using the freezing towers and the minion towers, and then turning all your minion towers into sniper towers, and just keeping your freezing towers in tier 3, basically. So for each branch or each pathway or each direction, you just build one freezing tower in front and then one minion tower in back, and you can kind of just stand in the middle and shoot in all directions. In my case, because I'll have my Herald of Agony come out and clear things very quickly, and my zombies and my golem are running around clearing things. And honestly, I don't have much trouble so far. I've only done a yellow. I haven't done a red tier blighted map just yet. But some of the downsides and some of the things that are not so great, first of all, bugs. There are crash bugs. I think they're fixing them or have fixed them. There also is a bug where sometimes if you build the petrification tower, which I no longer do at all, but if you do build it, minions will get frozen in place and they will not be able to be unfrozen. And that can be a big problem because then you can't finish the map. Usually this just affects one lane, so you can't get the final loot drop around the middle, and you can't get the chest for whatever lane it is, so it's not like a huge loss. It's still pretty annoying, and you don't get the achievement for that tier, so it's still obnoxious. I've only had it happen once, but it was very frustrating. So that's what I think of the Blight mechanic. It's way better than I thought, and if you're not really engaging with it, give it a try. As far as my character, I'm currently level 90. I do have my Herald of Agony at level 20. I tried to corrupt it to get a 21 and was unsuccessful. Haven't quite gotten the currency to buy a level 21 just yet. And Raised Zombie, I also got to level 20. I got pretty much all of my gems to level 20. Finally started using Empower. Currently, I only have a level 2 Empower. I'm going to try to get it to level 3 and then ball it, hoping for a level 4 to have the maximum level of Herald of Agony possible. But my current setup is a short bow with +1 to socketed gems, and then 72% increased minion damage. I don't have multi-mod or the support gem plus the support gems yet, or minion attack and cast speed, so I'm just using minion damage. And then I have Herald of Agony, damage on full life, vicious projectiles, pierce, minion damage, and empower. And for my zombies, I've changed this a little bit. I'm using Raised Zombie, main, Feeding Frenzy instead of Meat Shield, Fortify, Multi-Strike, and Minion Life. I thought about using Added Fire instead of Multi-Strike just so I can have a little bit better time on the Reflect maps, but I think Multi-Strike is fine. I can just kind of swap it out for Added Fire during if I want to do Reflect maps. Not that big a deal. Or just let them die. although I lose a lot of resistances if my minions do die. So, because I am getting resistances from the Bone Barrier. I do finally have my Uber Ascendancy, got Commander of Darkness, which makes it so that I can focus a little bit more on life. I'm at just about 6,200 life. I have a couple of additional life nodes to get in the tree. I've changed my pathing a little bit. So I did go down and get Devotion rather than going for Melding, and swap some things out there. Also allowed me to get another Jewel Socket, and I also got another Jewel in my Stygian Vice. Because I have to focus less on getting high resistances, I can just focus on getting higher life items like this one, which also has some rarity. And yeah, I'll be going more towards that direction now, since I still have a little bit of extra resistance on some of my gear. So got that going, got plenty of strength, got plenty of dexterity. Everything's kind of fallen into place nicely. The only downside is currently I only have a 95% chance to hit with my Rain of Arrows, but it hasn't been too big of an issue, honestly. I attack frequently enough, and Rain of Arrows hits enough where I still am not having any trouble getting 40 stacks of Virulence. It's very, very easy. So just to kind of demonstrate, I can go I think I already finished that map. But I'll just go into a Desecrated Chamber and kind of run ahead here, and hopefully my minions don't kill things too quickly. But yeah, it's very easy. Just a couple of volleys got me up to 31%. It's kind of hard with the proximity shield, but any large group of enemies, I have a pretty easy time to ramp up. It's a lot easier in maps where there's a lot more monster density, but yeah, you get the idea. It's not that difficult to get up to 40. See, that was a large pack. I was up to 40. I can usually keep it if there's a lot of tougher enemies. So yeah, it's not been an issue. The 95% chance to hit doesn't really need to be improved. Also, only 80% chance to poison. So yeah, for consistency's sake, it'd be nice if there was more. I just realized my backlighting is weird. I have the wrong light on. So you get to see a shadowy version of Ryan this time. But yeah, it's pretty much the changes that I've made. As far as the gear, I have this Armageddon Locket. I found this. I just kind of crafted some lightning resistance. I have this amulet, which is the same one, but I just put the non-channeling skills have -5 total mana cost. This is so I can have enough mana reserved with precision, while also being able to cast all my spells, including Flesh Offering. So Flesh Offering is 29 mana, and it's 31. I can pretty easily still immediately just desecrate into Flesh Offering with the current level of mana regeneration I have, as you can see. Very fast mana regen. And then I have this quiver, which I managed to get for 1 chaos with tier 1 life, tier 1 accuracy, and high dexterity as well. And then I crafted some armor evasion on it. I'm trying to stack up some armor. Inevitably, I plan on getting still the Soul of Steel, which costs 3 golden oils, which are proving very difficult to get. Currently, I have a couple of the opalescent oils, which are the 3rd one. Next, I'll be getting silver oils, and yeah, it'll take quite a while probably. Hopefully, once I get up to tier 16 maps, like opalescent and silver and maybe even gold oils will actually drop. But currently, they're not dropping very frequently, if at all. I have 93 Atlas progression so far, and I'm doing an okay job getting up through here. I'm going to do a couple of Xana missions. Little tip, if your Xana shop resets every time you do a Xana mission, so if you want to increase your progress, simply buy out all the shop. I currently buy all the yellow maps still because I have some yellow maps I haven't completed. I'm working on completing them. I have completed all the white maps so far, so I can have 2 sextants. I'm working on all the yellow ones at the moment, and yeah, you can buy out all the yellow maps and then do a Xana mission and then buy them out again. Currently, I need to do Coral Ruins so I can go ahead and get this next memory fragment and keep moving up that way. But I haven't done an Elder yet. I've done a few at Ziri runs, and it's been pretty easy. I got a couple of Mortal Griefs and a couple of of Etziri's promises and whatnot, but very, very easy with this build. This is a great Etziri run. Uber Elder, or not Uber Elder, I'm not on Uber Elder yet, but Uber Lab is also very easy very early on with this build. I was doing it with suboptimal links, with a much worse bow. Let's see if I have the bow that I was using before. It's the same bow I showed in the last video. This one. Much worse bow. Did the Uber Lab with, and 5 links. So all pretty easy, more or less. This is a great starter build. This one has been one of the smoothest starts I've had. I'm probably hoping on getting close to 7,000 life. I'll have to get a much better life on gear. I only plan on getting these last 2 life evasion nodes, and then possibly up through melding to get more life, since there's not much else I can get. I could get minion life, but I don't really need it. I could get some more minion damage accuracy and minion attack speed accuracy from these 2. I don't think my minions really ever miss though either. And then most importantly of all, I need to get better abyssal jewels. Currently my ghastly eye jewels are kind of weak. This one has very low flat damage and minion movement speed with life. This one has life accuracy, a good amount, and blind on hit. I might actually keep this one because the flat accuracy and blind on hit could be very powerful. This one also has blind on hit with life and evasion, very low life, so I'll probably swap this one out. Probably don't need 10% chance to blind on hit because I have so many minions and they hit so frequently. And then lastly, this one has some minion leech and some spell block for me, although that's very negligible. So I have like 4 abyssal jewels that probably need upgrading. This one's not bad. It's got life and chaos resist for my minions, some life for me. Probably just switch it to an offensive one at one point though. So that's pretty much everything that I'm up to. I'm probably going to switch to another character soon. I'll probably bring this character back though, maybe in a couple of videos from now, a few videos from now, because I'll probably try specters on this character as well. Especially going into, I'll probably try like Uber Elder, Red Elder, the Shaper and all of that. Using this character first, but then I want to try it with Spectres. So once I get up to the point where I'm doing Shaper and Uber Elder, I'll bring this character back, test out both the Herald of Agni version and the Spectres. That's pretty much everything though. So I hope you enjoyed this video, this update, and my opinion on Blight. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye!